on, young chickens, it's Lexi. So recently, I decided to try to read the Bible again for maybe like the 4th time in my life, but I've acquired new levels of self-discipline, so let's go.
It's time to take a good look at the good book. It's time for
Lexi Reads the Bible!
Not Suitable for Children.
You know what's interesting about the Bible first off? Like, we always think like we're the center of the freaking universe. But listen, like 7 days go by before he even touches humans. You know what I'm saying? He's making whales, he's making light, he's making dark, he's making oceans, and he's making like land, and he's making all the animals. And then day 7 comes, right? And God's like, okay, now let me make a human being. So day 7 comes and he makes the human being. And then this is where things get tricky. He made man, and then he decided, oh, but man needs a helper, I'm gonna make a woman. This is where my little feminist heart gets angry, okay? Because he was like, first of all, he didn't even want to give us a real name. He was like, I think woman will work. And I'm like, wow, God, wow. So then we were made from a rib, apparently. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get like, God, so man gets like this whole conception, right? And then apparently woman is a rib. I'm just like, from the man, I'm just like, maybe I'm a New Testament bitch. I don't know. We go on. And everybody knows, like, Adam and Eve are in the garden, right? And then Eve talks to the serpent. The serpent's like, try the apple, try the apple. Eve tries the apple. She gets in trouble. So then God's like, bitch, you in trouble. This will make me mad. This is how it is literally written. It says, woman shall desire her husband, but the husband shall rule over her. And I'm like, we can't catch a motherfucking break from the beginning, okay? Damn, is this the origin of the patriarchy? Seriously, this is in my mind. I'm like, origin of the patriarchy? Is this why we have domestic abuse? This is what he says to Adam. He's like, your punishment is that you're gonna have to till the earth forever. And I'm like for serious? Like, he has to work for what he has? Like, maximum punishment? Like, right? What? Can we just compare? The punishment between the man and the woman was so different. What? Okay. Alright. This is what made me upset too. God comes and he's like, who ate my fruit, right? And Adam's like, she made me eat it. I'm like, what kind of punk ass? Like, where's the accountability? You ate it too? Like, come on. Anyway, it's all a woman's fault, right? Okay, whatever. Cool. They get kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And then, like, God's like, get out, bitch, get out. So then they're, like, around, and they have 2 sons. They have Cain and Abel. Did you know that Cain and Abel was coming this soon? This comes right after Adam and Eve. What happens is, like, Abel's, like, really great and shit, and then Cain's, like, not, or something. Abel gives a sacrifice to God, and God's like, this is the best sacrifice, Abel, thank you, right? And then Cain gives a sacrifice to God, and he, like, God is like, Cain, sorry, but your sacrifice ain't shit. Try again next time. And I'm like, already I'm getting a tone here. Old Testament God is like that strict parent. They were like the worst to the first kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to New Testament God. Cain gets like crazy, okay? And he just up and slays the brother. That's it. Like, that's it. That is literally what happened. Abel gave a sacrifice. God said, yay. Cain gave a sacrifice, God said, boo, right? And then Cain is like, kill him, right? He kills his brother. And I'm like, whoa, cuckoo, is this bipolar? Like, is this the first instance of bipolar there ever was? That's no offending anybody's, like, you know, personal shit. I'm just saying, like, maybe there are origins. Cain kills him, and God's like, Cain, what have you done? Aren't you your brother's keeper? And I'm like, well, you kind of stoked those flames, bro. I mean, he didn't have to take it to that level. But anyway. So, God is like, okay, you got to go. Apparently everybody's nomadic, right? Cain goes to the east of, you know, Eden. Or were they in Eden? Or were they? Forget it. He moved somewhere else, okay? I'm not great at specifics. I'm not great at numbers. I tell a good story. Cain goes somewhere else, right? And this is what I don't understand. There were 2 people. I just said I wasn't good at numbers, but there were 2 people, and they had 2 sons, okay? And then Cain goes over somewhere else and gets himself a wife. And I'm like, where did that wife come from? I mean, there were 4 people. That's 4. I counted 4 people. And then he moved, and then he got himself a wife. And not only that, then his son got himself 2 wives. I'm like, where did those 2 wives come from? Listen, there was only Adam and Eve. This shit don't make sense. I mean, I'm not great at addition, but like 2 people having 2 kids don't equal 8 or 10 all of a sudden. That's all I gotta say. That's about where we end. Then we go to Noah next.
In the morning, in the evening, or sometime in between, I hope that you will see some Lexi on your screen. Subscribe.
How does perfection feel, darling?